Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Welcome to a weekly COT review. Today we're going to be analyzing the 43rd Commitment of Traders Report of 2024. And as for those who are new to this service, COTBase.com basically offers you all the tools necessary to analyze the commitments of traders' data. A wonderful data that CFTC publishes on a weekly basis, showing you what big traders are doing, basically legal insiders information. So if you want to check it out, please do so, cotbase.com, and you will find a lot of educational material, not only a written format, but we have some very useful videos as well that can guide you through the analysis process. And if you decide this is information you're seeking, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and all the rest. And of course, a like wouldn't hurt either. If you have any questions, feel free to send us an email to info@cotbase.com or just comment underneath the video. Thank you. Let's get started. As you can see, this is the 43rd report. We're analyzing the classic COT report type. We have, of course, multiple report types, but the classic, or as CFTC calls it, legacy COT report, has the longest history of data. And we are analyzing futures and options combined. These are the two that CFTC publishes. We actually created the options only data set as well, which I think is quite unique. Let's get started with Euro, which is on top of our list. If we look at largest changes in commercials net positions based on a 52-week look back period, you may see that we have a 27% change over there. Opening the charts on a 1-year time frame allows you to see that change size visually. We can conclude that it is definitely much greater than average. I would say it is probably top 3, maybe even gold medal if you just look at it real quickly. And it is coming after a decline that's been going on since the end of the last month, September. So for a month, we've been witnessing the euro lose value against the US dollar. And we, of course, would not suggest blindly acting on just the change signal. But the fact that it is a larger than average change size, it is a signal that we might take into consideration. Moving to a 5-year chart allows us to examine stress levels in this market. Now, if we go back here, early September, you may see that in relative terms, especially in the past 1 year, that level of traders' net positions was more leaning to the bearish side. Of course, if we open up a 5 year chart, you can see not necessarily, but sometimes you may compare recent readings to a shorter time frame than 5 years. Okay, so with these couple of weeks passing, we can see that we are reaching, not only do we have a bullish COT chain signal, but I would argue that the extreme is indicating a more positive picture here. We had one in April catching this bottom. Then we had another bullish extreme over here in June. And as you can see, once again, both large speculators and commercials are roughly at this zero line. If you go back even further, back to 2022, you can see that when commercials actually went net long, that was a very good signal, although a bit early, signaling this bottom in the euro. Moving on to our next market, which will be natural gas, we have a 26% change over here, back to the 1 year chart. So again, larger than average change. However, as you may see, we have witnessed a rise already happening in the natural gas market. Moving to a 5 year chart, you can see that not only do we have this larger than average change pointing upwards, but we actually have a bullish COT extreme, suggesting we may actually see higher prices in the medium to long term. And of course, this 5 year chart will allow you to see the potential rise in natural gas. Moving to platinum, here we have a 20% change in commercials net positions. This, as you may see, is a bearish change signal. The size of the change in traders' positions is a bit greater than average, but nothing too large. The good thing is that we are getting this bearish change signal when we have a rally. So it is pointing towards a possible cooling in this rally that we've been experiencing. Moving to large speculator COT Extreme, we have lean hogs on top of our list with a 550 report extreme. Going to a 5 years chart, you can see that this is a bearish COT extreme, and the last time we had similar readings was back over here in April, which was a very successful signal. Are we going to see lean hogs continue their decline? I would say the COT reports suggest this is in place, and there's a good chance that that's what we will see. Moving to silver, we talked about platinum, so we're going to move over to silver, and as you can see, euro follows, so we might as well finish the classic COT review part of the video, but don't worry, we're going to move on to iCOT intraday indicator analysis, and I believe we're going to continue with silver. So silver over here, we have a 242 report extreme. This is a bearish extreme, right? We're not surprised as the market is rising, but the level of extreme suggests we should be cautious and be prepared for a pullback in silver. Now, this 5 years chart also allows us to see what happened in February of 2020 when we had the most bearish extreme when analyzing net positions of these traders, just at that top, after which COVID hit and we saw a serious decline in silver. We are not there yet. So what that means is we could potentially see silver rise even further as the extreme widens. So again, and as I explained this to you many times in the past, COT extreme or just COT data analysis is great to determine stress levels in the market. It's not going to pinpoint the exact moment when we have the reversal in the trend. So something to keep in mind. However, if that's something you are interested in, you may want to check out our wonderful iCOT Intraday Indicator. This is our own indicator that we developed after many years of research. I'm going to show you, this is TradingView. I'm going to add the indicator in a couple steps. So the first step is to add the scores, which as you may see, looks very similar to what we have in classic COT analysis, right? The green line, the red line, commercials, large speculators. So we may easily call these commercials and speculators. We of course color coded them the same way so that you understand when there's a bullish extreme, when there's a bearish extreme. The next thing we want to do is we add the signals. And I'm not only going to add one, but I'm going to add two, because one is going to be targeting opportunities on the long side and not just stripe signals. Bear with me, I'm going to explain to you what stripe signals are, but we're going to be interested in all signals that are pointing upwards, and the other indicator is going to be targeting short opportunities. There we go. You can see we have way more opportunities now. And here's where I'm going to stop for a second, because if you are new to this service and you want to understand what this indicator does, here is your page. So indicators and the iCOT intraday indicator, we have a basic version, and then we have the updated version with AfterSignal. Okay, I'm going to show you what the signals are. I said stripe signal, I'll explain to you. So stripe signals, we basically show a vertical green or red line when we have an extreme both in speculators and in commercials. Commercial signals are represented with this yellow diamond above the candlestick if it's a bearish signal, below the candlestick if it's a bullish signal. And speculators extremes are simply shown by color coding the candle itself, changing the color to blue. When both of these are in place, we may get a stripe signal. And these are the strongest signals of all. Now, by default, the indicator is set so that the buy-sell signals come only if we have a stripe signal. Unfortunately, these stripe signals do not happen that often. And if you don't want to play it too conservative and you want to have more opportunities, you may want to change that to any signal. Okay, so this is the settings. I did not change anything else other than pointing the target on any signals. Okay. This is a 4 hours candlestick chart for silver. Now, silver is not the easiest market to trade. If you've been trading silver, I'm sure you know that. But this allows you to see what our unique indicator is capable of. It's not going to be perfect. You can see we have a beautiful buy signal here on this 4 hour candlestick chart. However, we exit, and overall in the long term, you can see that, you know, if you want to play this long, you may have been better off staying in the trade. But, you know, there's always different perspectives. So this is a 4 hours candlestick chart. I'll show you what it looks like on a 1 hour. And as you can see, once again, I'm not changing much on the chart. Let's look at a 15 minutes chart. That's the 15 minutes. This, of course, is showing you the end on Friday. I'd argue that, you know, even the last hours are caught pretty well. And here's a 1 minute candlestick chart. So that's what the indicator can do. It is really developed to help those who are trading more frequently. But the two set of tools, classic COT analysis and the iCOT intraday indicator together, I think, can produce unbelievable results. So premium, everything on the website, pro, everything on the website, but you get the indicator in Ninja Trader, the classic COT tools, and then the iCOT intraday indicator developed on Ninja and TradingView for these unique buy-sell signals. So that was all for this review. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, once again, comment underneath the video, send us an email to info@cotbase.com. We do appreciate your support. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, that would be wonderful. And other than that, I say goodbye and wish you guys a wonderful weekend. Take care. Goodbye.